Oops, where's my other go live? Hi, just checking. I don't know if we're both live. Okay, we're live. Okay, let's go live. Front close up. Hi, everybody. I'm not sure if I'm live on both. I know I'm live somewhere, but I'm not sure if I'm live on Facebook and YouTube, but here we are. It's Sandy from my sewing room here on Wacky Wednesday. So welcome everyone. This is a lovely Wednesday day. We have just beautiful weather out there today, especially if you're in the Calgary area. We are doing wonderful. And of course, it's a shout out to the Stampede and everything because, of course, it is the week of the Calgary Stampede. So, yahoo! Here we are. So howdy, 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 everyone. I just want to take a minute before we start on our project for today to say a thank you to people who tuned in yesterday for our 2 for Tuesday when myself and Nancy played with the Brother Luminaire XP2 and had a good time with that. So for some of those people are part of our Wacky Wednesday group, so I'm going to add their names to our Wacky Wednesday and do a big shout out for everybody. All right, so shout out to Tina B, Teresa W, who says she loves her XP2, to Carol G, to Sandy A, to Ann S, she's my friend from Northern Ontario, Ann P-L, and she said she would like to see more of Nancy on our shows, and I agree. She's a lot of fun to have on the shows. Also a shout out to Billy P, Shelly M, and she said she's going to get an XP when she wins the lottery, and I'm hoping that might be my case as well. Anyways, so who else am I missing? I'm missing Teresa S, hello, Rose L, thank you, Loanne F, Neil B, and of course shout outs to some of our other favorites, Jean and Maui Jim, Glenda and Mike, Betty and Mark, Nancy and Riley, my Fern Shirley, Debbie and Glenn, Cliff and Renee, Cam and Betty, and of course gotta remember Julie. So these people help me every week decide on what we're going to present, how we're going to present it, what things we should be talking about. So wonderful. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Hello, I see some other people over here and I'm wondering if they might be YouTube. I see a Susan. Hi Susan. And Robin. Hello. I'm not sure if I'm live on Facebook or not. But anyways, here we are. I don't know, maybe Tyler can come and check that out for me. And a special thank you to Tyler, who always sets us up and gets us prepared and ready for a busy, busy day. All right, so this is week number 2 of the Simple Summer Sewing with Sandy. And today we're going to make a fun little zip bag. It's called the Quick Zip Bag. It has a little handle to it. It's got a little zipper. And you tuck all your good stuff in here. It's a great little thing to take with you. Wrap it around your wrist, hang on to it, and away we go. And of course, this will fit your little wallet with your credit cards and your whatnots. Also your phone and, you know, anything else that, maybe a treat. Anything else that you might want to put in it. And it's really simple to do. So, joke before we get started, speaking of zippers, you can't believe what happened to me on my way to the store today. I broke the zipper on my pants. And now I'm on the no-fly list. Anyways, more zipper jokes to come. Anyways, let's start out with the zipper bag. For the zipper bag, it is from a pattern called Quick Zip Bag. And it is by the Quilt Company. And our little patterns here run us $2.50 at the store plus tax. So really quick and simple. All the directions are all on one page. And we have lots at the store. So come and pick one up and start making a bag. So for the quick zip bag, there isn't a lot of materials that we need. I'm going to show you some of the tools that we're going to use today. And let's have a quick close-up of our thing. Of course, we have our cutting mat because we will be doing some cutting with our rotary blade. We have our scissors to do some snips, you know, taking off all of our extra threads and things. Of course, my favorite tool, my seam ripper. So in case you have a little boo-boo, we can take it out really easy. So our seam ripper. We're also going to need our rulers today because we're going to cut some fabric up and some shorter things as well, and to mark some things on our bag for quilting. So I have a couple of quilting tools. I brought my markers with me so that I can mark my quilting, what I'd like to do with it. Of course, in case we need it, I brought my applique pressing sheet because we will be using fusible fleece with the iron, and sometimes I have a good time with that iron sticking things to it. So use our applique piecing foot sheet, sorry. Then, of course, we're going to need a selection of thread, and my selection of thread is based upon the fabric that I'm going to use for today's project. I'm going to use some ribbon, and this is really fancy printed ribbon, so I'm also going to use something called fray check just to mark the end of the ribbons after I've got them sewn in so that they don't fray. So these are our basic sewing tools, plus of course you're going to need a sewing machine, and that's it for those kind of tools. So let's now have a look at the fabric requirements for our zip bag. Okay, so for the zip bag, they call for a fat quarter, and that fat quarter is going to be your bag, your lining, and the strap. So it's very simple in that respect. Now, I decided that I really liked the batiks that we had at the store, and I'd shown you these before. We have 190, I don't know, many bolts of batik, and in the rainbow of colors, any color that you can think of we have. So I went and selected a few of my favorites. These are sweet. I picked out 4 different colors from those batiks. I've got them here sampled, and I also used one fat quarter from my stash, which I'll show you later. Anyways, the first thing we do is to pick the fabric. So I'm going to start with blue, and this was a fat quarter. Okay, you also going to need some fusible fleece. So we have lots of that at the store. You can buy that by the meter. So we're going to need fusible fleece. We're also going to need a zipper. Now the zipper can be contrasting or it can be matching, whatever you prefer. I tried to match up my zippers because on these little zip bags, I decided I wanted to use some very pretty ribbons. And so I went to our ribbon cupboard, and we have a lot of Tula pink ribbons. And of course, if you know Tula pink, then you know that they're very, very colorful. So these are some of the ribbons that we have available. Hi, Tyler. We're not on Facebook, are we?
I don't think so.
Okay, because I'm only seeing my lovely YouTube people.
Oh, my sure is going to trip out the camera again.
Okay, we're going to wreck the camera. Just hang tight, everybody. We're fixing up everything. There he is. There's a go live. Okay, we're going to start again?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sweet. Okay, so all you YouTube people that were watching, just hang tight. We're going to start again because I think our Facebook people are going to be coming on momentarily.
There we go. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Tyler. I knew I hadn't hit enough buttons, so you know what? These things happen. Anyways, hello, everybody, and hello to my Facebook viewers. I'm sorry we got off to a bad start there, and I'm talking to all my lovely YouTube people, and there's my Facebook group coming on. So I'm just going to do a quick recap because I'd already started, but I wanted to thank everybody who tuned in yesterday for our 2 for Tuesday when Nancy and I and the XP2 had a glorious moment, and we did some in the hoop design stitching. It really turned out lovely and we had a good time with it. And we learned a few more things about our Nancy. So want to have a shout out to all my wonderful Wacky Wednesday Facebook followers, my YouTube video people, and to any of the store people that come on in. So hi Carol, hi Patty. It's nice of you to join me, and I'm sorry we were a little late because I didn't push the right button. Anyways, Tyler's got us fixed. Hi Ann. Anyways, we're up and running. So just a quick shout out to those lovely people who were watching last Wednesday and yesterday. So of course, Tina B, Teresa W, who said she just loves her XP2, Sandy A, and S was on yesterday. She's my friend from Northern Ontario. Carol G, which is signed in today again, thank you. And P-L, I see she's here, and she would like to see Nancy again. And I said I would love to have her on my show again, so maybe we can talk her into it. Shout out to Billy P, Shelly M. So Shelly's going to buy one of those lovely XP2s as soon as she wins the lottery, and I'm hoping I will too. Anyways, so also a shout out to Teresa S, Rose L, Loanne F, Neil B, and of course a big shout out and a huge hello to Jean and Maui Jim, Glenda and Mike, Betty and Mark, Nancy and Riley, Fern, my Shirley girl, Debbie and Glenn, Cliff and Renee, Cam and Betty, and Julie, who comes in and works with us on Saturdays. So big shout out to all of them, and thank you ever so much for watching. So YouTube viewers, just hang tight while I tell them all about my sad story about my pants. So on my way to work today, I broke the zipper on my pants. So they've added me to the no-fly list. And the reason we're doing zipper jokes is because today on Sandy's Simple Summer Sewing with Sandy, we are doing a zip bag. It's called the Quick Zip Bag. And this is it. Very cute, very colorful. It has a little zipper in it. That's why it's called the zip bag. And you open it up and you can put all your treasures in it. It also has a handle so that you can hang on to it. And you can fit things like your phone and, you know, anything else that you need is of importance and you don't want to lose it, and it's something kind of fun. So I was telling all the YouTube viewers that I decided today to work with fabric that was from our collection of Batik. And this is that wonderful rainbow of colors that we have that just came into the store. And these Batiks are $23.99 a meter, and that's before tax. And we have the rainbow of colors. And of course, having to decide what color fabric to make my zip bags out of, I couldn't. So I picked out 4 different colors from the Batiks. And I also picked out a fabric from my stash for my mom, whose birthday is coming up. So I decided I'd make her a little quick zip bag and put some wonderful things in it for her. So I was showing everybody what we needed as far as equipment. And of course, you need your sewing machine. You're going to need your cutting mat. You're going to need your rulers, your rotary cutter, of course. You're going to need a little pair of zippers so you can cut your threads. And just in case you make a mistake, there's always that wonderful seam ripper. I've also need today that little ruler and some marking pens because we're going to do a little quilting on our little zip bag before we put it together. And I always have my special pins. And I forgot to talk about these last time, my feet, and I will in just a minute. We are going to be using Pellon Fusible Fleece, so of course you don't want it sticking to your iron. So if you have any concerns, use your applique pressing sheet. Okay, we also need some lovely threads. Now I matched my threads, so you can tell I picked 4 different colors. There's my 4 different threads, so that's what I'm using. And again, I'm using for this project 100% poly. It's our Isacord and our Metler 40 weight colors. well, I also picked out some ribbon for my project. So I also brought out my fray check for at the very end. I'm going to fray check the edge of the ribbons after I've sewn it in. That way it won't fray, so it won't give out. Now, I forgot to mention this on my first go around, but we're going to need some feet today. So we've got our 1/4 inch piecing foot. You also need just a decorative foot in case you make a decorative stitch. I made straight stitch in this case, so you might not need that, but if you decide to make a decorative stitch, you do. And of course, the right tool for any job. When we're putting in a zipper, we need our zipper foot. All right, so those are the major tools that we're going to need along with your sewing machine. And for the quick zip bag, we need a fat 1/4. That's it, a fat 1/4. And it fits the bag front, the lining, and the strap. So that's all we need. We also going to need, so I picked out one of my beautiful batiks in blue. I picked out a zipper. Now with the zipper that you need, make sure it's one that you can sew across, a soft nylon zipper. And pick the color you like. It can be matching or it can be contrasting. Either way, you need a fat 1/4 and a zipper, and you need some of that fusible fleece. And we do have lots of fusible fleece at the store, so it's here. You just have to come and pick it up. So we need those things. What else do I need? Fat 1/4, nylon zipper, and some fusible fleece. So I think that's it. So that's everything I need for actual products. So let's get started. So the first thing you're going to do with your fabric is you're going to cut off that fat 1/4. And what I did was I folded my fat 1/4 in half. And then I measured 3 inches. And I took that 3 inches off. So you end up with a 3-inch strip that we're going to use for the strap. Okay, I'm going to set that aside for right now. Then with the remaining part of that fat 1/4 folded in half, I'm going to make sure that I have at least, I like to do it 10 inches by 17. They say 9 in the paper, but I like to do 10 by 17. And that's so that I have a little wiggle room on the sides, so I get my quilting all nice. I don't have it sticking out one end over the other. And I keep this folded in half, so we've got the right sides out. And the nice thing with batik is you can't really tell the wrong side from the right side. So keep the right sides out. So you've got it wrong side together. You fold it in half. You've cut yourself a 17-inch by 10-inch strip. Now I'm going to open this up. Boop, 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 boop. I'm going to take a piece of fusible fleece, which I have now cut into a 9 by 16-inch piece. So it's just slightly smaller than my bag piece. And I'm going to tuck it in between my 2 layers. And I'm going to smooth that baby and make sure it's nice and smooth. Get all the wrinkles out, and then I'm going to iron it. So this is where we're fusing the 2 together. So it's now becoming all one big piece. So this is going to serve as our front, our back, and our stabilizer in the inside. Okay, so we're going to fuse that down, give it a good iron. Now, just to make sure that this is completely sealed together and everything, we're actually going to do a little quilting on it. But before I put my iron away, I want to show you how to make the strap. So let's just set this piece aside and let's move to the strap piece. I'm going to just iron out the one little fold in the middle that we put in it. Okay, so whatever your right side is, we are going to put wrong sides together. So the right side is on the outside. We're going to fold it in half and we're just going to iron it. So we have one long strip. Okay. It doesn't have to be really hardly pressed because we're just going to use that as finding the center for this strip. We're actually making a double fold binding. So we have a line in the middle where I've ironed it. Now I'm going to fold the top edge to that fold and I'm going to press it down. Okay, so it's going inside. Okay, let's just keep going. Okay, there it is, all pressed nicely. Okay, now the other side, I'm going to bend it and fold it to that center line as well. So now all of the wrong side of the fold is covered. Okay, and I just need to just lightly press that down so that they all meets in the middle. Now I'm just going to fold it one more time. Now we've got a nice thin strip. Going to give this a good press. It's a double bias. Well, it's not bias, double fold binding. We're going to use it as the strap. And the nice thing about this is how we don't have to turn this strap inside out like we did in some of the other ones that we've been working on or will be working on. Oh, anyways, so that's it. So now I have the two pieces ready to go. This is my strap and this is my bag body. All right, so for the strap, I'm just going to take it over to the sewing machine and you're just going to do a little line of stitching just along the fold line to hold that fold together. Don't worry about the raw edges because those raw edges are going to be inside the bag and sewn in. So just do a little stitch right along that edge and I'll show you on another piece that I've already got done. So you can see that I've just done an edge of stitching all the way along it. And I have my strap with, this is the fold side. This is the side with the two that were edged together. So that's your strap. You just have to sew that up. All right, how's that? Strap's done. Strap's done. Put that aside. Now, for this part, you can do the quilting whatever you like. The bag is going to run this way lengthwise because you're going to end up folding it up like this. So quilt however you like. If you'd like to make a pattern or if this was a pattern fabric, if you'd like to just do some free motion quilting along it. What I did was to take my ruler and I found where the center of my bag was. It's about 10 inches, so center is at 5. Now, please don't use that error erase one for this, the error erase marker, because as soon as you iron it, it's going to be permanent. I use the white Clover marker because it made a line and as soon as you iron it, it goes away. You can also use your chalk marker. These are both Clover products, and you can just, I'm just marking where center is, and then I'm going to turn this, and what I did was just make 1-inch markings all the way along the fabric. Oh, okay, good thing with that is it just erases if you go crookedy. Okay, and then just every inch on both sides I just did a row of stitching. Just quilting the layers together so that they don't disappear and don't come undone. Okay, let's see what that looks like when Sandy actually stitches it together, and I will show you on the close-up. There it is. So I have stitched it lengthwise, if I can see some of those rows of stitching, just to hold the piece together. Okay, once you've got your stitching done, now I'm going to move the blue one out of the way because we don't need the blue one. I'll finish that at home. I just wanted to show you the pieces and how to put the strap together and that. So now we've got the top again. Here's our bag. Now, if at this point you want to put your ribbon in, and I gotta tell you, there's some absolute gorgeous ribbons. I chose a couple of different ones, but here's some of the Tula pink ribbons that we've got. So they're absolutely gorgeous. The color is superb. There's lots of different kinds, funny ones with little skunks on them, colorful ones. And this is, if you want to decorate your bag, you're going to get a piece of this, but you only need 9 inches per bag. Okay, so 9 inches per bag. So these are the lovely ribbons I used. And here it is. I cut a 9-inch piece of ribbon. Now, that piece that I have just quilted and everything, I trimmed. They tell you to trim that quilted piece to 8.5 inches by 13. So my 9-inch piece of ribbon is just a little wider than that, but that's good because we'll cut off whatever we don't want at the end and we'll fray check those edges. All right, so I'm going to position this ribbon about 3 inches from the top of my fabric there. And that's going to be the top of my bag. So I'm just going to put a pin there so it stays. Make sure that I got 3 inches on both sides. Wiggle it till it's kind of straight. Okay. Okay, so now this is when you add that lovely decorative ribbon. And what I did was just to sew it. I just took a straight stitch, 1/4 inch piecing foot, run it just along the edge of the inside of the foot. And you could use your number 10 for this, I guess. That's a nice edge foot as well. Stitch 1 across the top, 1 across the bottom. If you'd like to do a decorative stitch that goes over the edge and onto the fabric, by all means, please do. It looks fun. All right, here comes the most complicated part of the bag, and that's attaching the zipper. So we have our zippers, and what I'd like you to do is to keep the tab off to the left side, but I want you to turn it face down. So we're looking at the back side of the zipper. Kind of position it evenly across the very top of the bag. So you've got the raw edge together, and I'm just going to pin it. Now you're going to change feet on your sewing machine and you're going to use your zipper foot. Okay? Because now we're going to stitch that. And we're going to stitch it right up close. We're going to start right here at the edge. We're going to back stitch so that we make sure this stays good. And then you're going to get as tight to the teeth as you can. And when you get to the other end, back stitch again. And that is going to be how we attach the first part of our zipper. So I want to just clear a little space over here because I'm going to show you how to cut it when we're done. Okay, so next piece. So Sandy prepared all these things in advance to each step. So I have now sewn my lovely piece of ribbon. And now this is the pink bag I'm working on. And I'm using a blue zipper. And I've got just a single set of, I have just a single stitch put on so far, just along the top there, as close to the zipper as I could. And you'll see that I've got the ribbon sewn on. This is the hard part. Trying not to cut yourself, trying not to cut the little flange of the zipper. We're going to peel that back and we're going to trim the excess fabric out of the way. So there's not much to go, but it does have a little bit. Just pull that back, try to avoid your fingers, stitch back, and you're going to do that for the whole length of the zipper. Okay, right to the very edge. Try not to cut the flange or your fingers. So we've pulled off a piece of the ribbon. Okay, now this is going to be the front of the bag. So what I'd like you to do now is just to turn that zipper down and press it. So now our zipper is right side up with the zipper on that side, and I'm just going to press this down. And then we're going to keep that zipper foot on our machine, on our sewing machine, and we are going to just make a single line of stitching just, ouch, that's hot, just on the pink to hold that zipper flap to the fabric. So you're going to just stitch right along here. Your zipper foot snugs up to the zipper, And when you're sewing right onto the pink fabric here. All right, so we're going to do that. That's the next thing. Okay, put this bag together. So which one has got that done? Hard to tell. Okay, maybe it's this one. Let's open this one. Okay, so there, if you look at this zipper, let's do the close-up. You can see now, it's really hard on this camera, but just see the line of stitching. So I've peeled this over and I've just stitched that down. Next step, are you ready for this? We're going to now finish off that zipper. So, where am I at? Oh, here it is. No, that's the finished one. What I'm going to do is roll. Oh, maybe I went too far on each of these. You're going to turn this right side out. Ugh, right side out. Here we are. Close up. No, I want on top. We're going to turn this right side out. No, we're not. This is where I lose everybody. Okay. So now we're going to do the same for the opposite side of the zipper, but we are going to, we have to open it up. Open it up. There we go, opening it up. And on the right side of this fabric, you're going to sew the other half of the zipper. And we're going to do exactly the same to it. We're going to sew it across the top. I guess I should show you on this one. Okay, here he is. Open it up. This is the right side. Bring the wrong side up. And you're going to stitch it to this zipper. And again, use your zipper foot and zipper as close to this edge as possible. Okay, and then you're going to open it up and trim it just like we did the other side. So open up the zipper. Woohoo! And here it is, opening up the zipper, the flange part, and trim off that zipper part. Boop. Oh, you can't see me, sorry. Close up, here we are. Pull back the second part of the zipper. Okay. All the way along, you're just trimming that extra little edge off. Woo, there it goes. Extra edge. But don't cut your fingers and don't cut the zipper. Okay, so that's how we did it before. Now we're going to roll that. Let me go back to the top. I'm going to roll that over and we're going to iron that down. So we're doing exactly the same to both sides of the bag. And then I'm going to take my sewing machine with zipper foot again, and I'm going to run it right along the teeth of the fabric and sew just a single line of stitching along the edge of that bag. So then we have what it looks like. So let's go back to the close-up. So now I have a zipper that is sewn across the top on both ends. Okay, now this is where it gets fun and tricky. Zipper that thing together, and now we have it wrong sides out. So it's wrong side. So you're going to turn it so that we're looking not at the good side where the zipper is, but we're on the wrong side where you see all our zipper marks. Next part. Woohoo! This is so much fun. Turn it and give yourself about an inch at the top where the zipper is. So again, our zipper tab is on our left hand side and the other zipper's hanging out here. Just take, where did my little marker, little ruler go? Make sure it's down about an inch from the top, and I did an inch from the zipper teeth to the top of the bag, about an inch. You can do an inch and a half if you like. This is about an inch and a quarter. And then I'm going to press it. Get my hat out of the road. Press it down. So now we're working on the wrong side of the bag. The first thing we're going to do is line up our edge on this side where the zipper is not the tag part, not the tab, but the other end. And you're going to sew down this line. Just so. They ask you to go back and forth over the zipper teeth at least 3 times. So go over it, back up, go over it, and then go right to the end, and please back stitch both ends. And so now you've got this end sewn. Before you can sew the next part in though, you need your, here's where you come to your strap on your bag. Now the strap on the bag goes on the side where the zipper pull is, and you're going to move that zipper pull out of the way and into the bag quite a ways, because we're going to sew up this edge. And please don't leave your zipper open closed. You got to open that zipper, because if you keep it closed and you go over it, well, sorry, you're locked out of your bag. So open up the zipper a little bit. Okay, you're going to take your little strap and you're going to tuck it into the bag, and you're going to have just the raw edges sticking out. Okay, raw edges sticking out, and you could have about a 1/2 inch sticking out on that edge, just so that you know they're there. And it's going to be up in that corner, so you've got their things. Now you're going to stitch this side, and you're going to stitch, and make sure you stitch really well over the corner where the little zipper handle sticks out 3 times. Go all the way down, go all the way back up, go back down again, and then follow all the way down to the bottom of the bag. Make sure you're back stitching. So then you've got it all stitched closed. This is where this part comes in. Look, it's all stitched closed. Woohoo! So I've got it all stitched closed. I've stitched it across here, and you can see my ribbon sticks out a little bit. You can see my ends of my bag stick out a little. You'll see that the zipper is open, so I won't get caught. There's the other edge where I've double zippered. Now what you do is you zigzag this other edge. I did a zigzag just to close up that edge. You can do it on both sides. Forgot to do it on that side, but I'll do it at home. Then what we do is we just cut off the excess tab, the excess ribbon, and the excess zipper. Doop, 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 doop. Just like that. So it's all trimmed nice and even along there. Zigzag that one closed. Do the same on this one and cut your zipper off, because we don't need it anymore. So now we've got what looks like a little sandwich. And if we reach in here, we're going to now start pulling it apart. Remember Anne's good tip? Put your finger in the corner, bend that down, and pull it through. It brings that corner right out. Do it on the other side as well. Put your thumb in the corner, bend that little edge down, and pull it right through. And then do it one more time on this corner, because there's one more corner up here. Pull it through. Okay, so now the hardest corner coming, because it's the corner that's up here. Put your little finger in there. It's where the strap is now. Do the bend on the corner. Bring it in. Woo! Goodness, there he is. Now, isn't that the cutest little thing you've ever seen? Zipper it up. So this one, I put ribbon on this one down at the bottom, closer to the bottom, and it's got little doggies on it, because this is for a special person in my life who has a little French bulldog. And I thought she might enjoy this, because she can open it up and she can put her little treat bags in here, her little doggy bags in here. She also carries her phone and a few other things when she goes on her walk with the dog. So there it is. There's one complete zipper bag. Anyways, I know I go through that really fast, but the instructions on this guy are really very clear, and it's quite pretty. So I have many different ones made, and I will finish making them, but this one is the cutest little guy with the French bulldogs on it. And open the zipper. That's all in there. The one thing I forgot to mention, and I will do this when I get home, is I'm going to fray check that edge of that ribbon, just so it does not continue to fray, because sometimes they have a tendency to want to fray a little bit. You can see the things. So I will finish my bag by doing a zigzag across the edge, and then I will fray check this so that it does not keep unrolling and unraveling and comes out. All right, so there is a quick zip bag, and they really are cute. And you can make them in any color that you want. I made this one. I had a piece of Laurel Birch fabric, which you can get now and then. It's not very common anymore, but I made this one special for my mom's birthday. This is for another person's birthday, and these bags are just too cute. I think I have to keep them all because they've got so much color and they're so much fun. Anyways, if you guys have any questions about the cute zip bags and whatnot, by all means, you can send me an email at orderdesk@mysewingroom.ca, or give us a call at the store, or drop in, because we'll have all of the information on this and I can help you out, or most of the people on the store can probably follow this pattern and help you out if you have any questions at all about that little quick bag. All right, now I've been asked, and we've been asked to introduce a new line of fabric every time we do a Facebook. So yesterday we did the gnome fabric, Gnome's Night Out, which is a Halloween fabric. Oh, this is getting sad doing Halloween in summertime, but we have one more Halloween fallish type fabric, and this one is called, where did I write it? I always write it down. Fall Potpourri. Now this Fall Potpourri is an interesting blend of colors. It is done, I guess I would call it very sophisticated colors, I guess. Not bright ones like I like and do and everything. But these pumpkins are in blacks and creams, and they're all shot through with a little bit of a gold embellishment on them. So this is the panel that you get. You get lots of just beautiful pumpkins and a really cute little border on the bottom. Maybe I can show it better from the front. Anyways, so you get big pumpkins, put it this way, big pumpkins and some interesting, okay, that's upside down. Okay, it doesn't seem to matter which way I go, it's upside down. Okay, so pumpkins. So this is the panel for this line of fabric, and it's $12.99. It's called Fall Potpourri. It is metallic, so it's got that beautiful gold shot all the way through it. There's quite a few backup fabrics, but the ones I really like are these ones. So I want to show you. So there is the panel that you looked at, but there's also a beautiful border fabric with leaves, and the plaid is so cute. Pumpkins, leaves, plaid, and this really nice gold swirl. And these are all shot through with a touch of gold. So I think the gold probably lends itself to making it look really pretty. And of course, then there's the all over tossed pumpkins, which are just so pretty. And again, it's shot through with gold. But the piece that is the most beautiful, look at that, all that lovely gold swirl. And this, this piece can be used in a lot of other things other than this fall fabric. You can use that to decorate anything up. Anyways, that's the new one. It's called Fall Potpourri. And as it said, the panel was $12.99. The line of fabric's only $19.99. So I know it's early. We shouldn't be getting so early about fall stuff at this time of the year, but these are the fabrics as they come in. So we kind of try and want to tell you about them, just to keep an eye out, keep thinking about them and everything. Okay, more zipper talk. Wow, have you ever seen a pair of jeans with two zippers? Well, they look just like normal jeans, but they're extra fly. All right, one more zipper joke before I tell you what's happening next week. What do you call a zipper on a banana? It's a fruit fly. That one kills me. Anyways, you know, you can always tell how bad a joke giver a person is because you end up, you know, laughing at your own jokes. Anyway, so that's our new line of fabric. Next week, everybody, I hope you noticed I was wearing a special apron today. This is my Stampede apron, and I made it out of a tea towel. So it's called a tea towel apron. Just a second, and I'll take this off for you so you can have a good look. And this is what we are going to make. Magically, out of one tea towel, we are going to make cool tea towel aprons. So it is, I will create you an apron from a tea towel, and it will be magic. And what's even going to be even more magic is because I am not here next week, the magic will be that I've already taped this segment. So this segment coming next week is taped. Tyler's going to promise me he'd put it on for me, and you'll get to see my smiley face, but it's going to be pre-recorded. And because of the rules of Facebook, which can't go Facebook Live, it will have a disclaimer at the top saying that it's pre-recorded. Anyways, it will still be kind of like we did today, but using a tea towel to make an apron. So it will be week 3 of the simple summer sewing with Sandy, and it's a tea towel apron. So that's what we're going to do next week. And I sure hope you're enjoying the weather, getting out there, having some good times, because soon enough it will be winter and we'll be looking at those pumpkins. Anyways, everybody, I'm really glad that you tuned in today. I hope you enjoyed this segment on the simple, a little quick zip bag. And I hope you will join me next week in week 2. Until then, have a good weekend, and